I'm always curious about this too. I mean, COVID-19, right? I mean, I've had high school coaches on here, boy sports, girl sports, and I just find it intriguing how because I'm not in the coaching world anymore, so I would have no clue how to handle this, and I think it's tough. But what do you do in a situation like this when you can't really be on the court? I mean, basketball is the one sport, like when this first came out, I'm sure like sweat, touching people, playing. I mean, that's like you just can't. So what do you do as a coach to maybe keep your team engaged or keep your team together? I mean, what were some things that you kind of maybe came up with during that time period?
Some of the things that we did, we had a lot of Zooms, early in the process when this first thing happened last year. We had some fill session via Zoom to keep our players engaged in terms of the basketball side of things. And we had some mental, some Zooms where we focus on the mental aspects of things because, this is a hard time on everybody, and, these kids, they came to college to play basketball. Obviously, it's unfortunate, this pandemic has happened. So we had to figure out a way to kind of try to balance and keep them engaged. And I thought we did a really good job of just constantly staying in contact with them. I was reaching out to guys, just checking in. Then I would reach out and, I would talk about a game last year that we had and, what should we have done different, kind of get their takes as well on the situation. So I think that's the one thing that we did a good job of, just keeping them engaged and keeping them involved, from the time this thing went down to now. And, we were fortunate enough at the beginning of the fall to practice for 6 weeks. Then the kids went home for a couple months. They came back and we practiced for another 6 weeks just to keep, developing them. And that's the one thing that we really focus on with this pandemic was the individual development of each guy. And I think that was a huge bonus for us being able to get out there and do those things. So, the great thing about my situation, I got great kids and I got a great staff. So it just makes my job easier when you have those things. And I think that's one of the ways that I'm really lucky.